Hi Peter, how are you?
Hello, how you doing?
Great. Which place are you connecting from? Which place in US?
Oh, so I'm connecting from Texas, Houston, Texas,
Okay,
in
okay.
so like the southwest region of the United States.
Okay. And how have you been? It's lovely to invite you to the fourth art talk show. And my name is Meghna, and I'm connecting from Delhi, India.
Okay, how's things out there?
Things are good, and this is a small initiative wherein we are, trying to get connected to all the artists, art enthusiasts on a common canvas of environment together. And we have also launched a Pan India art campaign by the name of Artex Climate Justice India Chapter, through which we are trying to create awareness around the sustainable development goals through artwork. And we are primarily trying to promote sustainable development goal through the artwork created by students, children, youth. So that's about it. And
Okay.
I it's lovely interacting with you, and to also get to meet you in person. And with this, I would like to get to know more about the work you do, your journey as an art enthusiast. So let's begin. Why don't you share something
Oh,
about yourself?
okay. So for me, art is definitely more of a hobby. So no way, shape, and form a professional artist. I I do it for fun. I do it when I can. And for me, it is definitely more of a form of like therapy, like release therapy. It's therapeutic, and it's just that's my outlet right now. It was just something that, and I don't know, I had like a call in one day not too long ago to just start doing that to for therapy. But my true love in an artistic way is like photography. Um,
Okay.
so I like to just photograph things that are like nature, and I like to like add artistic twist, like with the photo, like digital editing and things like that. Uh, the drawing just that was just something that I just did for fun, and I just started posting things on Instagram. Got a got a response, and it kind of drove me to keep going. So
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you did mention something about digital art, drawing, and sketching that you do. So
yes.
what is your favorite media? So what is it that you like experimenting with? If I talk about your style of art and your style of creating new things, what is it that you enjoy the most?
So my favorite medium right now is digital. Like I said, my primary art would be like photo editing, but when it comes to like the art, like the drawing art, I used to really like sketching on like paper, pads, things like that. And then I got introduced to the digital world via like YouTube, watching YouTube videos, and started experimenting with that. And it was like I don't know, I got instantly hooked. It's very fun. Not that there's anything wrong with the old school method. Like that's the meat and potatoes of art, like pencil and paper, like colored pencils and paper. Like we started with that like in kindergarten, but the digital thing is just it just makes it a lot more fun for me, and I can do it like I always have my phone on me, so I can just do it whenever the moment hits me, as opposed to having to find like a piece of paper and some colored pencils and the motivation to get something done. Like I can a lot of times I'm scrolling on Instagram, or I may be like on Google or something like that, and I find a reference, and that's the inspiration for that piece.
Okay, that's lovely. And when you talk about digital art, so we have a lot of tools. So like we have Adobe, we have Procreate these days. So, what are the tools that you use to create your artwork? And we also have a lot of self-taught artists on our page. So, if you would like to give your message to the beginners who are just starting out on their journey of creating artwork and who want to experiment with digital art. So, would you like to share something on those lines?
Yeah, I would definitely like to speak to the beginners because I believe that I'm a very beginner, a very novice in the arts. Um, if it's something that you want to do for hobby, just for fun, a platform or application that I really like is very intuitive and is very beginner friendly, in my opinion, would be Ibis Paint X. That's the main app that I'm using right now for my digital art. And like I said, it's very beginner friendly. It's very intuitive. It like the better you are, the better the projects will be. Because I even see it in my own works. Like the better I get, the better my pieces are starting to come out. So the application itself is very, very good. They have like a very cheap paid feature, but they also have an option where you could get all the brushes that they have, and you watch like a 30-second video clip, and you can get all the brushes for like 18 hours. So that's typically what I do. But for the most part, my sketches are like I do very basic illustration. So I usually only use like maybe a handful of brushes, so I don't really need to do that. But if I want to do something more complex, then I could watch that 30-second video and I can get access to all the brushes. So for like a novice or a beginner artist, I think if you're doing it digitally, I think Ibis Paint is a very good place to start. And I believe they're on both platforms. I have Android, but I believe they're on both Android and iOS.
Okay, okay. That's interesting. And thank you so much for sharing it. I'm sure that, the beginners, the people who are specifically, we have a lot of young children who have been creating a lot of good stuff, specifically digital illustrations. They would find your insights to be quite valuable, which makes me really interested to ask you one thing. So you did mention that, you have been drawing and creating a lot of illustrations. So, what inspires you to create those illustrations? Is it, the things that are going around you, your imagination? What is it?
Um, I think it's the way that you can mix realism with imagination. You know, um, when I first started, I like a few months ago, I thought that I wanted to do like a lot of realism, but I found out I was getting bored with that, and and it's it. I don't want to say like it has to be perfect, but you feel like you want to be more perfect when you're doing something that's like realistic. And when you're doing illustrations, you can kind of just let it flow because it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just whatever you imagine it to be. So that's what really put me in that zone right now, that genre. Not to say that maybe months down the road I may go back and want to try to get back into realism, or I may just go back to photography. I don't know. It just it's just whatever feels good in the moment.
Okay. And when you talk about photography, so what in photography do you like to capture?
Nature, you know, just trees, sky, buildings, uh, the way all those things interconnect and blend in together. I believe like if you can catch the right angles and then edit it the right way, you can make an art piece out of photography. Like photography is art in
Yeah.
my opinion. So and then especially when you have different tools where you can like Photoshop and things like that, where you can like really make it seem like it's not a picture, but almost like a drawing or a painting. Like that's very fun for me.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting, and because I also do a lot of photography, nature photography, so I really find it to be very interesting when I actually capture something and I try to convert it into, my canvas, or maybe in the form of watercolors that I use. So that's lovely. Would you like to, share any link or any, your Instagram handle or any website where the viewers can see your artwork?
Oh yeah, so my Instagram handle is designed by I think it's I don't even know what it is, to be honest. Hold on one second. I'll just type something in the box. Yeah, like it's that's it's to just for like reference sake, like it's like 11:30, it's like 11:45 p.m. Friday still here. And like
Okay,
I
okay.
worked yeah, and yeah, I worked like an 8 hour shift. So like I'm running on like just adrenaline, and I was just like excited to do this interview. So uh that's why. So that's my Instagram handle, designed by Pete 203. And just a quick inference on that name. So when I started this page, I wanted to I thought I wanted to go in the direction of like graphic design because it just seemed like the thing to do. But then I found out that I wanted to like create like like from start to finish, as opposed to like taking something and then making something new out of that. I just wanted to have I wanted to be more hands on. But a lot of the pieces, for those of you that decide you want to check out my work, a lot of the pieces in the beginning of my catalog are going to be like that graphic style, and then as you get into my most recent, which is what most people will see first because it's the most recent, that's more of my illustration slash artistic. So, but I think I'm still going to definitely you know fool around with the graphics, especially when I get back outside when it warms up and like spring comes around, and start like photography again and things of that sort. And the digital art, I believe, is going to help me expand and make my photography even better.
Okay, okay. That's interesting. That's really interesting. You did mention about, you starting off with something and experimenting with photography, art, illustrations, with a mix of realism and the things that are happening around. Where do you see your, page designed by Pitt going in future, or how do you see your future artwork to be like? Would you like to add on more styles to your artwork? Would you like to experiment with different media? How would you like to see, if I talk about, the future design by Pet Instagram handle, how does it looks like, or maybe a website or a page? So what would you like to
Uh,
share your thoughts?
yeah, I think that I want to get really I want to find my niche. I want to find my style, which like I said, I'm kind of almost there with the realism slash illustration, and then from there, I think like even though it's very trendy right now, I think I want to just start small with small business type thing where t-shirts and canvas, just the things that you find on like Redbubble and Etsy and those mediums. But I think digital is definitely my thing. Like maybe one day, just to maybe like for release therapy, like I said, buy a couple canvases and some easels and throw some paint on there and see how that feels. Just to try it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like sky's the limit. It doesn't hurt. Art art is like I said earlier, art is therapy. So it's like it doesn't hurt to experiment. That's all it is experimentation. And you try something new. If you like it, you keep doing and try to get better. If you don't, then you just go back to what you know.
Very true, very true. And I mean, it was lovely interacting with you. You have shared a lot of useful insights, which I'm sure the audience would really, which would be the key takeaways for all, I mean, all the viewers who are watching this live, and also when we would actually share the video. There's a question. So, would really love to try a digital tool someday soon. It's a message by Twilight Miranda. Would you like to,
Yeah.
yeah, would you like to, share your views on it? So this person is a beginner and he wants to really try out things. Digital tool.
Yeah, so I would say that the best thing to do is just to do it, you know. I don't know if he caught the beginning, but like I was telling you in the beginning, when you asked me about platforms, like Ibis Paint X is a very good place to start if you're a beginner like myself with the digital art, and it's very beginner friendly. And I think that if you're like if Dwight is already into art, like say like using pen and paper or paint brushes or whatever his medium is right now, I mean I don't know. Everybody's different, but I believe when you start digital and you feel the you feel the it's like a freedom that for me it's like a freedom that you get that you don't really get with paper, right? Because if I'm using colored pencils on a paper, I can't really erase that if I do something that I don't really like. But with like a tap of a button, if I draw a line crooked that I don't like or something, a color that I didn't like, I can hit the undo button and I can just try something different. So I love that aspect of it just by itself. I mean, there's so much more to it, but that aspect alone, the easy editability, is just that's a win-win for me.
That's lovely. So, this is the final question to you because you must be really tired after the long day shift of your work. So, this is an open, forum for you, wherein if you would like to share anything to the viewers, to our audience, to the fellow art enthusiasts, your message, your inspiration, anything that you would like to share, by after which we
Okay.
come to an end to the talk show. Yeah.
Okay. So I would say this, especially for the youngsters, but just for anybody, no matter what age you are, if you're new, if you especially if you're new, because if you're like experienced in art, then you already probably have this ideology down. But if you're new, no matter what age you are, um, you have to remember this. You cannot spell the word heart without art, right? So therefore, whatever art you make, just make it with your heart. Make it from your heart. And as long as it comes from the heart, it can't be wrong. This art is free form. It's not perfection. Art is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like that's from art. And somebody like there's a billion people in the world, right? So what if one or two people right next to you see it and they're like, oh, I don't like that. There's gonna be a million people that may see it and really love it. Like that's what happens with me. Like I just started putting stuff up and I was like a lot of the stuff that I get the best response from is stuff that like throughout the course of it, like because a lot of times like I'll start a piece and then I may not really be into it, but I'll finish it just to see what happens at the end. And you know, I'm somewhat satisfied with it, so I'll still post it on Instagram. And some of the pieces that I feel like work like that I didn't like sometimes get the best response. So like that just goes to show you that like art is subjective, you know. So do your art, make it from your heart, and if you make it from the heart, it can't be wrong. And that's my key message.
That's lovely. That's lovely. And it was wonderful having you, over here, Peter. And we would love to invite you on our concurrent more sessions that we are planning to hold, and for which I'll
Okay.
be in touch with you. So those will be more, art specific in terms of, your design, your style, that if you would like to share your drawings or maybe teach something to at a very beginner's level to everyone.
Okay.
So that we'll be doing in the concurrent months, and I'll keep you posted, because it was lovely interacting with you. It was lovely getting to know about you and your style of work, and I'm sure everyone who has been watching this video really enjoyed and really liked the conversation. Okay, so
Well,
thank you.
and I
Yeah,
just wanted to say I just want to say thank you for this series, right? Because you're doing a service for a lot of us that you're helping us promote ourselves, right? Because of course, that's what we're all doing on social media. We're trying to promote ourselves, but a platform like this is helping us, get into the eyes of more people, and I think that that's an excellent thing. That's an excellent thing that you're doing for people like myself.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, and it was lovely interacting with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.